day, my mom and dad would say, you're another year older, another year wiser, but I still go to school.
Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Miss Rose Things. Hit that subscribe button. I would like to say thank y'all to the 2 people who subscribed yesterday. I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna put this on wow, this is really almost gone. Yeah, so usually on two feisty and louds, well, formerly known as Being Savage, up in 1 week, but a lot of stuff has been going on, so I just wanted to talk about it. And yeah, so usually, well, I was gonna start talking about every Bad Girls Club season, but I'm currently watching one of the seasons. I'm watching season 15 on Peacock. If y'all not have heard of Peacock, it just came out 2 days ago. Go try it out, get you an account, sign in, log in. It's free. If you want to watch more stuff, there are some shows, some movies that you actually have to pay more to watch, but other than that, it's kind of free. So check out Peacock. And the reason why I changed the name to Feisty and Loud, I felt like savage, I don't know, was not really a good word to use, so I used feisty. So yeah, we're gonna get into some topics here. I'm actually gonna be talking about the girls from Rock of Love season 1, so that's gonna be interesting, so stay tuned. But right now we're gonna talk about the matters at hand. First, I'm gonna talk about Tamera quitting the Real. So on the day that Naya Rivera was found, may she rest in peace. I'm still in shock over that. Tamera also said that she wrote this long paragraph on her Instagram, and she said, I've enjoyed these last 7 years on the show. My co-hosts, y'all my sisters, whatever, blah blah blah. And she said that she was gonna quit the Real. It's first Amanda Seales quit. I could care less. She was making the show too political. Go to The View, please go to The View, or have your own talk show, but you need to just stay off the Real. And then Tamera says she's gonna quit, so it's only Jeannie Mai, Adrienne Bailon Houghton, and Lonnie Love back on the left on the show. Do I think the show would work with all 3 of them? I don't know. Will they bring in more people? I don't know. Do I think it should be on still? Honestly, I don't know, because they said that show got renewed for a couple more seasons, so whether we like it or not, it's still going to be on, because I think they're under contract or something. But that's so sad that Tamera wanted to quit the Real, because Tamera and Tamar, which I'm about to get into Tamar in a minute, and slightly Adrienne too, were the only reasons I was watching the Real. But when Tamar left, it's not because she left. I just started watching the Real less, and now that Tamara's gone, who knows? I might just watch the clips on YouTube, and that's it, because it's still so unfortunate. Now about Miss Tamar Braxton. Okay, so I just found this out earlier today. So she tried to kill herself, they said, because she took alcohol and these prescription drugs, and I'm I don't know what happened. She seemed happy. She got her boyfriend, she got her son Logan. I don't know if things are good with her family or not, because Braxton Family Values has not been on in 2 years since that whole thing with them quitting filming and everything. So I'm wondering, will that show ever come back on? Because they got a lot, Trina got married and all this other stuff in the third. It would be nice to see it come back on, but it's so sad to hear about Tamar. I hope that she comes out of this okay. And we're all having hard times during this quarantine, and people are just doing that, and that's just so sad. I'm not one of those people who will fake and be a fan of Naya Rivera. I was a fan, because I've seen her in so many other things, Bernie Mac show, this, that, and the third. But Tamar Braxton, I have 2 of her CDs. I've listened to some of her songs. It's not I'm faking up here being a fan, because some people will fake and not be a genuine real fan. They just want to say, oh, prayers, but you really don't care, because you was actually talking about her yourself. It's you are ridiculous and all of this stuff. So now we're gonna talk about also going to school online. Now, in the beginning, because I have been going to school since 2019, it's 2020 and 2021. I should be done with school. Like, that is my goal. Some of the times there has been some fun classes. Like, I took this speech class, so much fun. And like, I've learned some stuff along the way, but some of these classes, like the statistics class, I hate it. I can't wait for it to be over. One more week. So going to school online, it's not the best choice. And you know, the school's all the way in the whole Ohio, and I'm all the way on the West Coast. So it's like, it's hard. And sometimes you can't even get a hold of the teachers. Like, am I teaching myself? That is what I want to know. Am I teaching myself the science class? I gotta be, you know, whatever. But either way, I am prepared either way. Like, I ain't gonna be butthurt if I have to take the class over again, because I was kind of struggling already. But at least I'll have all my notes saved, questions saved, everything saved on my little computer. Now we're gonna go into the Girls of Rock of Love season 1. We're gonna go all the way to the winner, all the way down. I'm gonna tell y'all my thoughts. Then and now. So, because one of them I could tell you now, because she was in 3rd place. So yeah. Jess, what did I think of Jess? Jess didn't really do much. Like, I'm still surprised that she won. I personally think somebody else should have won, you know, somebody who actually liked him. But like, that's why there was a season 2, because she wasn't really feeling him. So I just don't get it. Heather Chadwell. Okay, so on the show, she was a stripper. You know, she was doing all this stuff. Me, myself, I personally never liked Heather, even on the show. She's a Republican, but that's not the reason why I like her. Okay, so Lacey and Heather had this podcast together called Talk of Love. But now Lacey does the podcast by herself. And, like, this girl wanted to put her business out there and saying all this stuff and saying how she didn't get paid and all this stuff. It's like, Heather, get over yourself. You stupid. You stupid. So now we're gonna get into Lacey. I actually follow Lacey's podcast. If you follow me on Instagram, almost every Monday I be posting about which guests she's gonna have next. Like, she's had some pretty good ones. Like the Goldie one, I wasn't really impressed with that one. But next week she's about to have Mr. Boston from I Love New York season 2. So no, 1. He was on 1. I almost forgot. He was on season 1. So that will be interesting, because then so around the end, like, New York and Mr. Boston had like some sort of issue. So there was that. But Lacey is a really nice girl. I didn't even know that she was like 44 years old. Like, I thought she was in her 30s. Like, girl, you aging nicely. Brandy M. Brandy M on the show, she was something else, okay? And when she got on Rock of Love Charm School, that really helped her out so she could stop burping and belching and talking about BJs and everything else. It's like, that girl was nasty. Samantha on the show, she seemed kind of whiny, and like she liked Brett so much, but she was dealing with having trouble dealing with the girls. But watching her on the podcast, I see that she was just ready to go home. It wasn't her vibe. Mia, can't remember much about her. Magdalena. Magdalena, she had that voice, right? It sounded like a man. She was really tall. I still think her voice sounds like a man. So yeah. Erin, she had big boobs, like big boobs. They were so fake. They look like clown boobs. It's like, girl, slow down with that. And I guess on the show, supposedly she had a boyfriend or something. So she was on the show trying to date Brett, but that you had a boyfriend at home. Brandy C. I also watched her on the podcast. She seems more mellow and chill now on the show. She was young, and like, she said Brett can have her and another girl, like, girl, no, and like all this other stuff. And she was on Charm School with Megan. Like, I'll talk about Megan and some other Feisty and Loud if y'all want to hear about that. Cindy Steele Rodeo. Rodeo's laugh got annoying after a while. She got a kid. she still has not been on Lacey's podcast yet. Like, she need to get on that and get on there. It's like, what can you do, you know? And I think she did I Love Money, and she was in charm school, and, you know, she's kind of sensitive, so there's that. Dallas. Mainly I only know about her because she got Lacey. Oh, I forgot to say about Lacey. So Lacey basically said all of that was just a plan. Like, she's not really like that, like agitating people and stuff. So it was all part of her plan, and Dallas was part of her plan. I didn't really like that too much, but yeah, there ain't much to say about Dallas. Christia, she was friends with Brandy, but as I learned from the podcast, Christia and Brandy are not friends anymore. They have not been friends for years, and then their friendship did not last long because she didn't want to pay rent, and Christia got mad because Brandy had other friends. Like, coincidence? I think not. Faith, who was that? Tamera was dumb, okay? When she got voted off the show, this was in episode 2, she went out the wrong door. She was mad at Brett, but yet he wasn't really making an impression. Tawny, I can't remember her. Tiffany, she was so annoying. I did not like her. Like, I'm sorry, I really didn't. She was like, don't threaten me with a good time. And then she tried to call Dallas the N-word. It's like, watch your mouth. Like, ain't nobody ever gonna forgive you for that. Like, And I saw her at the podcast now, on the podcast of Lacey's. She was yawn too. Bonnie, I think she was the girl with the brown hair. She didn't really make an impression. Jessica, she was dumb. Krista, can't remember who that was. Lauren, Raven was the other black girl. She had this blonde wig that looked terrible. And like, she was an intellectual. She was smart, but she was trying to go after Brett. But I just don't understand how, because like, anybody want to talk about intellectual stuff all day? Like, no offense. And then she went on to go on charm school, and she didn't even really want to be on there. So why did you go on the show in the first place? Kelly, I do not know who that is. Kimberly, Meredith, I don't know Pam either. Those are the girls that was on the outside of the house and they had to go. Also, I wanted to talk about the name change from Being Savage. Well, I think I already talked about it already, but I'm gonna talk about it again. Being Savage to Feisty and Loud. Like, I forgot, like, I think, I don't know, some Indians or something used to be called savages or something, and that's not a good term to use. So I thought of Feisty and Loud because I am feisty, and sometimes when I'm ranting on here, I could get kind of loud. But I hope you all enjoyed this Feisty and Loud. There won't be one up next week, so enjoy this one. 'Cause I got school and everything. There will be another one up the next week. Hopefully by then I'll have finished season 15 or gotten some sort of idea, because there's 2 girls I really want to go in on. It's Olivia and Diamond. Like, I don't know if y'all remember the girls who were pretending to be sisters but really they was girlfriends. Like, I was so shocked when I saw that the first time, and this is my second time watching the show. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all